The only pleasure the poor child had was to spend her evenings sitting in the chimney corner, resting her weary limbs, and for this reason her sisters mockingly nicknamed her Cinderella. The sisters' fine clothes made Cinderella feel very shabby, but, in her little torn frock and ragged shoes, she was 1,000 times more lovely than they. Now, it chanced that the king's son gave a grand ball, to which he invited all the lords and ladies in the country, and members of the public. For days her stepsisters could talk of nothing but the clothes they should wear and the grand folk they hoped to meet. When at last the great day arrived, Cinderella was kept running about from early till late, decking the sisters, and dressing their hair. "Don't you wish you were going to the ball?" said one of them. "Indeed I do," sighed the poor Cinderella. The sisters burst out laughing. "A pretty spectacle you would be," they said rudely. "Go back to your cinders, they are fit company for rags." Then, stepping carefully into their carriage, they drove away to the ball. Cinderella went back to her chimney corner, and tried not to feel envious, but the tears would gather in the pretty eyes, and trickled down the sorrowful little face. "What are you crying for, child?" cried a silvery voice. Cinderella raised her eyes and saw her fairy godmother. "I do so want," began Cinderella. Then her sobs stopped her. "To go to the ball," finished the godmother. Cinderella nodded. "Well, leave off crying, be a good girl, and you shall go. Run quickly into the garden, and bring the largest pumpkin you can find." Cinderella could not imagine how a pumpkin could help her to go to the ball, but her only thought was to obey her godmother. In a few moments she was back again, with a splendid pumpkin. Her godmother scooped out the inside, one touch of the wand, and the pumpkin was a golden coach, lined with white satin. "Now, godchild, quick, the mousetrap from the pantry." "Here it is, godmother," said Cinderella breathlessly. One by one 6 fat sleek mice passed through the trap-door. As each appeared, a touch of the wand transformed it into a cream-colored horse, fit for a queen. "Now, Cinderella, can you find the coachman?" "There is a large gray rat in the rat trap. What'd he do, godmother?" "Run and fetch him, child, and then I can judge." So Cinderella ran to fetch the rat, and her godmother said he was just made for a coachman. And I think you would have agreed with her had you seen him a moment later, with his powdered wig and silk stockings. "Oh, godmother," she cried, "it is all so lovely." Then suddenly she thought of her shabby frock. "There is my white muslin," she said wistfully. Do you think, before Cinderella could realize what was happening, her godmother's wand tapped her lightly on the shoulder, and in place of the shabby frock, there was a gleam of satin, silver, and pearls. Ah! Who can describe a robe made by the fairies? It was white as snow, and as dazzling. Round the hem hung a fringe of diamonds, sparkling like dewdrops in the sunshine. The lace about the throat and arms could only have been spun by fairy spiders. Surely it was a dream. Cinderella put her daintily gloved hand to her throat, and softly touched the pearls that encircled her neck. "Come, child," said the godmother, "or you will be late." As Cinderella moved, the firelight shone upon her dainty shoes. "They're of diamonds," she said. "No," answered her godmother, smiling. "They are better than that. They are of glass, made by the fairies. And now, child, go, and enjoy yourself to your heart's content. Only remember, if you stay at the palace 1 instant after midnight, your coach and servants will vanish, and you will be the little gray Cinderella once more."